Hey guys, Rob from the Off-Grid Tiny House back again with the Simpson oil making of videos here. We're just boiling off our concentrate in the double boiler method fashion. Now under the Pyrex glass container, I do have like a little metal sink strainer, so the glass container isn't actually completely flat on the bottom of the pot of water that it's in. That way water can flow up underneath the glass, which is important for helping speed things up and boiling off all the solvent and not making a mess in your pot and all that fun stuff. So you can see there's all kinds of little bubbles going on. So any solvent that's remaining is bubbling up and evaporating off. And while you're doing this, anything that did not decarb in your medicine will be slowly decarbing as well, and that will also produce small little bubbles as well. So that's what you're seeing there. So occasionally what I'll do is I'll take the Pyrex, give it a little stir by hand without any spoons or anything like that. Just stir the actual container itself, put it back down into the pot and let it continue to boil. That way you kind of agitate stuff, move stuff around, because you know the thicker black concentrated tar will be heaviest and fall to the bottom, and that's kind of where all your heat is. So if you don't kind of stir stuff around, it'll take longer and longer to get this process done and over with. Because if you just sit it there and wait, you're going to be waiting hours and hours and hours. So I like to stir it up, agitate it. You'll see that shortly later in this video, but I'm just showing you what the concentrate now looks like as it simmered down, boiled down, and we're getting it really tuned in and concentrated. Lots of little bubbles there. You can see the sheen of some of the oils and stuff like that. You can occasionally see some steam or evaporation coming off the unit, and that's what you're seeing there in the video. So I'll shut up for a while now until something changes on the video, and we'll continue that. And just another little factoid, guys, if you're using an induction cooktop or electric element, whatever, anything without a flame, of course, because if you use anything with a flame or try smoking around this stuff, you may have an explosion, kill yourself, ruin your medicine, on and on and on. So just don't do it. I leave the induction cooktop at the lowest setting, which is basically 200 degrees Fahrenheit. It's the perfect temp to boil off any remaining solvent, ethanol, pure alcohol, and it'll also decarb at the same time, and it won't ruin your batch long term, because it's never going to go up to 300 degrees Fahrenheit. If you start going up to 300 degrees Fahrenheit, which it'll never do in this case because we're using the double boiler method, but if you ever did do a different setup where things got up to 300 Fahrenheit, you'd probably ruin and damage most of the THC in the medicine and render all your work pretty much useless and have, you know, mediocre results, put it that way. So you can see me stirring it finally. It still kind of looks muddy and dark and all that fun stuff. Again, I didn't run it through a coffee filter, but didn't have any issues in the end, I can tell you that. Though I do recommend running your liquid through a coffee filter, because it'll just get rid of anything your bag strainer missed, basically, the smaller stuff. But you can see it there. Every once in a while I give the whole Pyrex container a little stir around. It agitates it. It gets different spots of the liquid boiling off, and you can see how the bubbles have changed on the area surface there of the liquid. And it's just a waiting game process after this. Once it gets down to the point where you can't really swish it around very easily, then you know you're getting very close to having your full-on Rick Simpson oil experience there. So the other thing you can do is once your concentrate is done and you have it in a container, put it in a fridge and wait a day, and then open the lid, and if you see any water on the surface or anything like that, that means that you had some moisture get in there, and you could just get that out of the mix, and then you're good to go. But stay tuned, guys. More videos to come in this series to show you the end result.